Alright, so we're going to go through the process of placing one of the MIT civil cells. We'll probably place this MIT type A left. And basically you've got a left and a right version of these. Alright, and so we're going to place the left one. And then what you got to have for a reference is really the top of wall element. I've got an element here that's 59 feet. It's been profiled. It profiled to be that top of wall. All right, and then the prompt says top of wall inside profile, so we'll select that. And that geometry looks good, so I'm gonna reset and accept that cell. All right, I'm gonna turn off construction class, and we'll take a look at edits next. All right, so as far as horizontal and vertical edits, and so there's actually an element right here, the wall bottom. That's actually what's controlling, right? The top wall is given, so the top of the wall is placed there, but that wall bottom, and you have to dig into this to make this makes this a little tough, but there's a vertical control element that controls the height of that wall, right? In other words, you give it the top, this value here is what's controlling the bottom. And so to get there again, that is to select this wall bottom. Right, and the wall bottom is just a bunch of short offsets from the wall element, but scroll down, find that vertical control element, and then change that value if you want to change the height of the wall there. So I think it's 26 inches starting out. So that's a vertical. One other vertical I want to go ahead and mention, since we're talking about vertical starting off here, is it's this element right here, and it's actually just called Revetment 32. May not be the best name, but if I'll open this profile here, is if you select that 33.33%, that's the slope that wall's being drawn there. All right. And then I think these others are really just going through, that point is the top of the wall. That point there is where this element intersects that line there, and then but from there down is 33.33%. All right, as far as other vertical, while I'm talking about vertical, generally start off with horizontal, but we're talking about vertical because there are some key things and they're kind of hidden, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to hit vertical kind of at first. The concrete width here is pretty easily controlled with this element here, concrete control. And we've got this element right there, and it's called, again, maybe not the best name. I wish it was like, that's really your ag control there, is what that is. It's 3 feet, but you can change that value. Going back over here, you can change that value to change the offset of your concrete, change that value to change the offset of that ag, and actually change this element right there to control the length of this wall, right? So if you wanted to lengthen that wall, you would change that. So if I come in here and change that to 5.25, watch the wall lengthen. Everything else should kind of stay in place, but that wall lengthened there. Okay, I'm going to undo that edit, but that's kind of how to change that. Other horizontal, obviously we've got an element back here. Well, before I jump back there, looking at these elements also, notice that slope there, that negative 2%. That's the slope of that concrete, off the bottom of the wall there, and then should see the same thing right here at negative 2% there. Right, so all that's just 2% off of that. We've got so when we start talking a little bit more about horizontal, there's an element, the wall width control with this element here. It's a half a foot there. We do have another element behind that carries that. It's really that wood, that timber there. So negative 6.67, and it's the same. I think it's the same slope off of that front there. We do have an element beyond that right here that's 10 feet. That takes you to the back of that berm. That'll control your berm width. Obviously, you control these radiuses by selecting that element there. That berm width is also, see, at negative 2%, so we're at 2% off of that wall timber there. So that's some more controls off of that. The side width, I really think this thing is controlled by this element and actually this element right here. Now they're off of two different things. That's off of that concrete wall there, or this is the wall offset there, where I think this particular one there is actually, so that one there is off the outside of the wall, that one there is off the inside of the wall, but you can modify those to control this width out here. Alright, so that's no problem to do that, but you just want this value down here. You'll have to modify them both. You'll just want that value to be a half a foot wider than what this value is because of that different element they're coming off of there. Alright, then the last little thing we'll do is zoom to this other side, and there is this ag kind of wraps around the concrete pavement here, right? That ag wraps around like that. And you can make an edit to it as far as its location there, or the offset off of that edge of the concrete there. So if you wanted to change that to -3, you should be able to come in and change that and to move that whichever way you need to there. Alright, that's just a quick overview of the MIT civil cells.